ho, 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 and a ha, ha, ha to all of you. This is our final show of 2024. Yes, Christmas is exactly 4 days from today. And this is also a Merry Christmas to all of you. But we got a show to do, so let's get on with the Christmas edition of Saturdaze with Mcvay and Jay. All right. Good evening once again, and welcome.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to Saturdays with Mcvay and Jay. It is episode number 18.
Yep.
On this December 21st, the first day of winter is officially here, Scott. Oh,
yes, it is. Yep.
December 20th.
Little cool here for us here in Kansas today, but there you go.
We are expected to get down into the 40s tonight. So this is going to be a big change of pace. Although at the time of this recording, we were actually in the low 70s today.
Yeah, we were close to, as the day of recording this, I think on the couple of days ago, it was actually pretty warm. I think closer to the upper 50s, low 60s for us here in Kansas. So there you go.
That's uncontrolled. That's weirdly warm for you guys. It's usually you're covered in snow and already getting those sub degree temperatures that'll just make you go, whoo!
Exactly here.
Yeah.
But as things are looking here, I don't think Kansas is going to get enough snow for Christmas. In fact, I have a little map here to show you.
Oh, the white Christmas, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, this is our chance of white Christmas. None but in white.
Well, you know what they say, wishful thinking you can always dream it. But if it ever does come true, that's a lot of heavy wishing. I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
You've lived in Kansas all your life, right?
Yeah. Well, not all my life for Kansas. Actually, I was born in Oklahoma, actually, and then spent a few years there. And then when I was just before turning 7, I moved to Nebraska for almost 5 years. And then I've been in Kansas ever since.
All right. So out of all the between Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Kansas, of the years that you've been alive, how many have been white Christmases?
That's not that many, though. I'd say at most, like I could probably count them on 2 hands at most here, and I've been alive for 53 years, so that tells you right there.
Because I was in either New York or Florida. That's where I've been in between the 47 years. 17 in New York, 29 in here in Florida, and I would say in the 17 years that I was in New York, I would say even in the city on the Christmas. White Christmas, no. We would get snow on Thanksgiving, and after Christmas, we would get it right New Year's.
Yes, and so far this year, we have not yet seen a flake. Right now, but I'm doing fingers crossed for January and or February as well. Okay,
January and February seem to be the common months for the snow in the new year. Yeah, it never fails. Like when you're going back to school from your Christmas vacation, you get that Sunday night snowstorm, and you still have to go to school because it's not enough to close the school.
That's right. Yeah, we've had that our shows of that too. So there you go.
That's right. All right. So we of course are in a Christmas mode here. Scott's in a great sweater with a wonderful hat. And I of course am in my Santa hat with my red shirt. So we've got red and green on the screen here today, which is what we're talking about there. But you wore this yesterday on Wipe Those Tears. And
without the hat, though. But not the hat.
Yeah. It was a great, we had a great show, the last one. And speaking of last shows of the year, this is, of course, going to be our last show on StreamYard because next year we are all switching over to a streaming service called EV Mux.
Yep.
think that's how you pronounce it.
That's what I saw being pronounced. Maybe a mute. I don't know.
I myself have already started working on it. When I bought the package for it with the subscription, which is only $25. So if you think your StreamYard's a little bit pricey, you go to EVMux and try it. We've already tried it out. And we're gonna have some test runs, after Christmas and before we come back from Christmas break.
There we are. Yep.
Have a couple of runs, and we'll get the gang in there for Wipe Those Tears to do like a test run. That'll all happen there, and then of course we're not coming back on Saturdays until
early January. Yeah, I think it's like the 4th is what we're doing. Yeah,
January 4th, because we're going to have to record on January 2nd.
Right.
If that was the case. If you want to record on the week of the day after New Year's Day, you let me know to do that. If not, we could definitely do that, because that's really, we could start that up. We'll discuss it.
All right, cool.
In the meantime, why don't you go ahead and do your first article there, Scott?
All right, give me a second. I'll bring it up here.
Okay. You guys said you had one Christmas and one non-Christmas. Okay.
All right, we'll start with a non-Christmas story first. You're going to like the first one here.
Yeah.
In this story here, this story starts with a Detroit area library. It says this man in Chicago can keep his overdue baseball book 50 years later.
Whoa.
Yeah, here's the guy, and here's the book he borrowed here. Let me read this story. This is Chuck Hildebrandt of Chicago with his book, the book he borrowed called Baseball's Zaniest Stars. Yeah, let me explain it here. This was the article as of just about 7 days ago, about 1 week ago. And this said, man, he was a man who grew up in suburban Detroit. He tried to return a very overdue baseball book to his boyhood library. The answer: you can keep it and no fine. This is Chuck Hildebrandt, who was age 63 of Chicago, and he visited the public library in Warren, near Michigan, I think, while in town for Thanksgiving. And he carried a book called Baseball's Zaniest Stars. He borrowed it way back in 1974 as a 13-year-old baseball nut and never returned the book.
Oh,
I like this one. When you're moving with a bunch of books, you're not examining every book. You throw them in a box and go, said Hildebrandt, who had lived in many cities. But 5 or 6 years ago, I was going through the bookshelf, and there was the Dewey Decimal Library number in the book. What is this? He said. So inside the book, it was a slip of paper indicated he was due back at the Warren Library December 4th, 1974. Hildebrandt told the Associated Press he decided to keep the book until 2024, the 50th anniversary of the due date, and then try to return it. He figured the library might want to publicize the long overdue exchange. He said he recently met library director Oksana Urban, who listened to his pitch. Hildebrandt has said he hasn't heard anything since then, although Ms. Urban told the Detroit Free Press that all is forgiven. Some people never come back to face the music, she said, of patrons with overdue books. But there's really no music to face because he and the book were erased from our system. So the book Baseball's Zaniest Stars is back on Hildebrandt's shelf, and in return, he's now trying to raise $4,564 for Reading is Fundamental, the nonprofit literacy group. That was supposed to be the roughly representing the 50-year overdue library fine. He's also seeding the effort with $457 of his own dollars. Yeah, at least the guy's honest.
Yeah, but I'm surprised he held out until the 50-year anniversary of it.
Yes.
Because I would have been, oh my God. And I check very frequently at the library all the time because it's free reading. I mean,
right.
It's a great way to take advantage of it.
Yeah, but remember, he was only a 13-year-old when he got that book the first time around. So there you go. Maybe he didn't think about it for all those years and thought, you know what? I've held on to this so long. Let's see how much longer I can go before I want to return it.
Yeah, I think the highest library fine I think I ever had was 75 cents, where it was actually 3 days.
Yeah.
I finally realized that I was because I forgot to auto renew it. When you don't have the email address on file, they usually send you a 2-day pre-overdue notice that it's due in 2 days. Well, they didn't have my updated email address, so I had to go in, pay the fine, which was like 75 cents, and then update my email address. And I said, please send me the notifications so I can get it, so I can do the the renewal or bring the books
Good.
back if I can't renew them after 3 times.
That's a good idea.
I think that was the highest library fine I ever had, was like 75 cents.
Yeah, it's pretty low price. That's good.
Yeah, it's 25. I think it's 25 cents a day, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty much.
That was just a technicality of something up there. Oh, the trolls say, "Oh, you cheapskate! You should have." Well, say, hey, probably in some people's cases, the kids can get their parents to forget altogether, and there could be a $2 fine on it before,
or higher, or much higher,
because they're checking out 10 to 12 books at a time for a project or a reading assignment or some of the sort, and they're not reading all the books.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, I know. So, but the circumstances are different in each person, and you don't know unless somebody actually fesses up in that case.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Time now for the news of the weird. It's ready to go here on this December 13th, 2024. This was last Friday, the 13th. Oh boy, the
yeah.
for Friday the 13th. No wonder why I had such bad luck last Friday, you know? That could be.
Of course it was, yeah.
All right. Well, the first one, of course, is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
This Laysan albatross named Wisdom, wow, who lives at the Mcvay Atoll National Wildlife Refuge, laid what experts believe to be her 60th egg recently, her first in 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Now, Wisdom is 74 years old.
That's
the
old.
reported on, December 6th. Laysan, albatross's mate for life. Wisdom's mate, Akia Kamai, wow, has not been seen for several years, and Wisdom started stepping out with another male. Oh boy. We are optimistic that the egg will hatch, said Jonathan Pilsner, supervisory wildlife biologist at the refuge. Eggs typically incubate for about 2 months.
Okay, well, hopefully this will work. Yeah.
That's what you call albatross adultery.
Yeah, kind of. But you got to admit, 74 years and the bird's still living. Wow.
They really, yep. All right.
I got a story about a fake Santa next. Oh boy. Well, visitors at the Great Hall in Winchester, Hampshire, England, are demanding refunds after the quality of the Santa stand-in was not up to their expectations. The Guardian reported on December 10th. Comments included that he had a blatantly fake beard and cheap red suit, and called the whole experience a shambles. He wasn't very talkative at all. He didn't seem very jovial. It ruined my experience, said Dad Matthew Fernandez, age 38, who brought his 3 children. His children were, quote, in tears regarding the situation and said they knew he was a fake.
Oh.
The Hampshire Cultural Trust said this year's experience is different from last year's, and they would offer refunds to customers who had not yet visited.
Yeah, wow. You know, and there's a whole thing about the Santa Clauses nowadays. Some of these older dudes, and I've talked to them, you know, while they were on break, they grow their beards.
Oh yeah,
real white beards, and they let the kids tug on them because they think they're fake. And
yeah, to make sure it's real. There you go.
Ooh, that's real. And I've even tugged on it too. And I said to the guy, I said, how long did it take you to grow it out? He says usually about a year. I start growing it, you know, after Christmas. I'll shave it off for a little while and then start regrowing it in January, and then just fully grow, and it's fully white. I mean, this guy, I think he's from Seminole County. I'm not sure. It's him and his wife. Nice gentleman, and he's not a heavy set Santa. Doesn't have the big belly, but he's got enough of a body type,
a build
to look like Santa, because Santa, you know, is not all belly. He's all upper. He's all, you know, big bob bone.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So this guy, you know, he's convincing. Oh yeah. And now it's time for a sign of the times. Yep. An unnamed woman in Chongqing, China, if I said that right, landed the grand prize of $1,380 after she managed to avoid using her mobile phone for 1 hour.
Wow.
MSN reported on December 3rd. A local business organized the Public Welfare Challenge, aimed to spotlight the issue of smartphone addiction.
Oh, wow.
Many participants showed up in her jammies and had to lie perfectly still without benefit of distractions like books or movies. Out of 10 contestants, she was the only one who prevailed. Woo!
Wow. So after
Whoa.
9 other people failed the challenge at the same time.
Yep. She got the big prize of a lousy $1,380, but I
Which is
guess that's
enough.
a lot of money in China, I guess.
Well, that might be there. So, of course, that could actually buy a new phone.
That's right. You're exactly.
All right, here's some things called eyes all over. Oh, you're gonna like this one.
Mm,
You ever feel like you're being watched? Well,
yeah.
someone at Bend, Oregon has been putting googly eyes on public artwork in local roundabouts, reported the Sacramento Bee back on December 8th.
Uh,
At least 8 statues and sculptures have been enhanced so far, and city officials are none too pleased.
mm,
While the googly eyes placed on the various art pieces around town might give you a chuckle, it costs money to remove them with care to not damage the art, read
right.
a December 4th post of the city's Instagram page. It seems the adhesive that's used in the googly bandit can damage the artwork.
Of
The
course.
city claims to have spent $1,500 in repairs so far. However, the comments on the city's posts were decidedly pro-whimsy. These googly eyes give me the hope to move forward each day, read one. And others included, let's have some fun. Googly eyes keep my mental health in a good place. And the hard to argue with, long live googly eyes.
And I'm wondering to myself if they're not putting them in other spots other than the eyes. Maybe like the nipples on the statue of the breast.
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised though.
I would do that too and say, hey, not just looking here, we're looking down here too, you know?
Yeah, you can imagine my eyes are up here, stupid. No, they're down. Oh, who knows? Right?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you can imagine your boyfriend standing next to you and he's just looking at the statue with the googly eyes, and there the googly eyes are on Venus's nipples, you know.
Of course, yeah.
And she's getting all jealous of the fact, what the hell are you looking at there, sweetie?
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's one that's commitment, you know, and you thought your commute was tough.
Uh-oh.
International student, 28-year-old Guangli Zhu. Guangli Zhu, what a name.
Yeah.
She's currently in his final semester at the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology in Australia. He went viral in early December after posting a video on Douyin, the Chinese version of TikTok, documenting his weekly commute. That is his weekly 5,468-mile commute.
Wow.
Zhu told SBS Mandarin that the trip from his hometown of Dezhou in China's Shandong province to Melbourne and back, a journey he made 11 times between August and October, cost about $1,500, which ends up being comparable to what his cost of living would be if he stayed in Melbourne full time. But I think the money is better spent in China, Zhu said, because the overall cost here is lower. Wow, that's
that's a lot of commitment here, especially if you're traveling over 5,000 miles every week.
That's true. All right, now we've got
another Christmas one for me. Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
clause cancel. Okay. Yeah. The debate about a war on Christmas may be something of an annual tradition in American news media, but a recent letter from Vitaly Borodin, the head of Russia's federal project of security and combating corruption, names Santa Claus himself as the key figure in an international Christmas conflict. According to Newsweek, Borodin's letter to Russia's prosecutor general, first reported by the Russian news outlet Meduza, calls Satanic a, quote, foreign agent and expresses concern that the jolly old elf is replacing Father Frost, also known as Ded Moroz, which is the country's national Christmas figure. Borodin has at least one notable supporter in Mikhail Ivanov, the deputy of the Bryansk Regional Parliament, who told the Russian outlet Life, Santa Claus has become not so much a symbol of Christmas as a symbol of commerce and mass production. Ivanov has called for Santa's merchandise to be replaced with that of Ded Moroz all over Russia. Someone's getting cold for Christmas.
You know, that's got to be one of the hardest articles you've ever read, with all those foreign words with a mouth stuff going on. And
it's not easy, but there you go.
It's like you have to take a sip every 5 seconds just to moisten the lips, you know?
Exactly. There you go.
Well, here's a bad habit for all you mafias. The mafia investigation in Italy recently yielded 24 arrests, but one suspect stands out among the rest, Sister Anna Donnelly.
Uh-oh. A nun? Uh-oh.
Oh, God. The BBC reported on December 4th that a sting operation by the Italian police caught the nun using her position as a volunteer at a prison, which gave her free access to the penitentiary facilities to relay messages and info between the notorious Drangheta Mafia and its incarcerated members. I think the N is silent, so that's why I went Drangheta.
Yeah.
Donnelly will surely have company as she awaits trial. The police operation, which involves hundreds of officers, is ongoing across northern Italy. Wow. So
that's
you see,
a bad habit.
we were talking about this before we went on the air, folks, about the Pope. Well, the nuns are getting stupid in Italy too. There you go. See, they're not immune to this.
No, of course not. There you go. Okay. Well, is that you snoring?
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go. Here's some news to help you replenish your stock of nightmare fuel. The Indian Express reported that a man in Stellenbosch, South Africa, found a surprise under his bedroom pillow when he returned home in late November. A live Cape Cobra. The man immediately called Stellenbosch Snake Removals, who posted a video clip on November 24th on Facebook of the removal by expert snake wrangler Emil Rossuru. The company called the highly venomous snake, quote, by far our most dangerous cobra, and said with the black mamba, it accounts for the majority of fatal snake bites in South Africa. Sleep tight.
Yeah, I heard about that black mamba. They're one of the most poisonous snakes.
They're scary, yeah.
World.
Well, I have a feeling this other one, the Cape Cobra, sounds just as scary, though.
I would like to see a picture of that. Then I'll have nightmares. You know what I mean?
I know, yeah. Exactly.
We're saving Santa again. Yep. Ho, ho, oh, no.
Oh, no.
One of Santa's helpers had to be rescued off the side of a building, reported USA Today on December 10th. Firefighters were called to the scene of the holiday extravaganza in Norwalk, Connecticut, when a man dressed as Santa Claus got stuck 60 feet off the ground.
Huh?
The man was rappelling down the 13-story building when part of his costume became entangled in the rigging.
Uh-oh.
Rescue crew pulled him to safety through a 6th-floor window. No injuries were reported. Had it been the real Santa, of course, the reindeer would have flown to his rescue right away.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is tried.
Yeah. And finally,
yay, science.
Science.
Okay. Well, a Chicago middle schooler brought some goose droppings to Science Club. And he landed in the middle of a biomedical breakthrough.
Ooh.
This club is supervised by researchers from the University of Illinois as part of an initiative to involve young learners in their search for new antibiotics, reported Science Alert back on December 5th. Students were instructed to, quote, explore their neighborhood for new bioactive compounds, hence the goose poo from the local park. With the help of the pros, the students safely isolated a bacterium from the droppings that showed antibiotic activity. An incredibly rare and important feat, said the experts. Not only that, but that bacteria also produced a never-before-seen natural compound, which, in lab tests, slowed the growth of certain cancer cells. The student is now listed as a co-author of the peer-reviewed paper on the discoveries.
Goose poop. Wow.
Yeah. Must have been one heck of a special diet those goose had that he found.
Honk, honk, honk,
yeah.
honk. You see,
hey, if anything to help reduce the cancer, for mortality rate, all for it. There we go.
So I'm wondering why stop at the poop? Why don't we just eat the whole goose and we would get rid of cancer?
I don't know. Maybe it was something inside the goose's colon. I'm not sure, but there you go.
That's what they mean when they say your goose is cooked.
Yeah, true.
All right, your next article there,
I
Scott.
do have one more article, and yes, we're finally going to do something related to the holidays. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one here.
Put it up there, my friend.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
That's listed that a Santa Claus will preside over day of weddings, all ahead of Christmas.
Wow.
Yep, here it is, though. Let's explain. Here's the guy doing the rites right now for the couples. Let's read this up. This was dated Thursday, the 19th. Santa Claus made an early visit to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, to preside over 14 weddings for the city's pre-Christmas Wedding Wednesday.
Oh, boy.
Time does get a little tight this time of year, but luckily, with a lot of help from Mrs. Claus and a lot of good helper elves, we were able to make things happen up here, Santa told KOKI television.
Huh.
The event marked the second annual Wedding Wednesday, sponsored by the city and presided over by jolly old St. Nick. The newlywed couples were treated to rides in horse-drawn carriages after the ceremonies. Eric Huffner, the marketing and communications coordinator for the Tourism and Economic Office of the City of Broken Arrow, said the 14 available wedding slots were quickly booked. This year, we filled up very quickly on our options, so maybe next year we'll get to have more slots available too. I thought it was kind of a neat little thing here. Let's see if I can show. I'm going to show a little bit of this here with the audio.
Christmas, Santa Claus spent the day in Broken Arrow performing weddings. It was all part of Wedding Wednesday, hosted by the Tulsa County Court's BA satellite office.
All right, so I'm going to turn that volume down so they can do so you don't get copyrights here, but that's all right.
Let's
see if I can skip a little bit here. We're talking about that, and let's hear now. Here's some footage here of the Santa giving the wedding ceremonies. He was actually doing that there. Looks pretty nice though. I like the fact that these couples were already, all got fully married here, kiss your bride, all that good stuff there too.
And see, Santa Claus is not depicted as some fat guy in these real life. These real life Santas are not fat. They just
right,
look like they're bulked up a lot, but they're
just
not. No.
That's what I like too, though. These are natural Santas. Let's say that too.
And they wear.
I like how this one's technically dressed up more like a Father Christmas than an actual Santa Claus.
Or Saint Nick. Well, that one looks like Saint Nick almost.
It does exactly. Yeah, that's probably why they got an actual, a minister of sorts to help with that as well, though too.
That's very true. But I mean, it makes you feel like you're in the North Pole almost for that.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Look at them dressed up as elves.
I love that one. That one's cute. That means they knew this one here, and they actually got interviewed afterwards. I thought it was kind of a neat idea, though. So there you go.
See, that's Saint Nicholas, folks. Saint Nick is actually depicted as Santa Claus. In the times.
That's right. Remember the old poem, "A Visit from Saint Nicholas," was actually how we got our modern day image of Santa Claus as well, though. But there you go.
See, there's a lot of history going back to that whole thing, and now you know where it's coming from. And like I said before, after we had talked about the Santa Claus's beard being real, these guys, these older gentlemen, who are some of the nicest guys I've ever talked to, they have a wife, they have grandkids, they have children, and they love playing the part. And they said if I wasn't getting paid, they'd do it for nothing.
There you go.
It's something that is just timeless.
I can tell you right now, many years ago, even though it was just for an afternoon, I was portrayed as a store Santa here, and that was really fun with all the kids coming in and telling what they wanted for Christmas. It was kind of really neat that way too. This was when I was still like a young adult, though. But personally, if it was up to me, I would love to do it again. There's only one problem with my case: I can't grow a beard with a darn.
Get a fake beard, and see, I can grow a beard, but I cannot get it down to the. And I wouldn't want it. It's too hot here in Florida, for that matter. Exactly. So these guys, I don't know. I've talked to the Santa, the ones who play Santa who have the real beards, and I said, "How is it you have that long beard and you're not sweating?" He says, "I don't know. I said, "How you do it?" He says, "I just
sometimes our certain bodies are just done that way." So there you go.
Oh, and he says he's not originally. Some of them are not from Florida. Some of them are not native to Florida. They're actually from the upper north, Midwest areas where the beard would really come in handy,
Right, exactly.
All right, it's time for the archives of News of the Weird, and I skipped a little bit. We're going to December 22nd, 1996 for our Christmas archives here.
I like that idea. That's a good idea.
Yep. So, of course, this is Chuck Shepard's doing, and the first one is in October. Miriam Flores serving 6 years for robbery in Mexico City, was selected Miss Mexico Jailhouse that featured 14 of the city's foxiest female inmates. A week later, Ms. Pham Ngoc Tom won first place in a nationwide beauty contest of female jail guards held near Hanoi, Vietnam. A press report said Pham is probably best described as handsome.
Handsome women. Okay, there you go.
There you go, right? Okay.
All right. Well, in October of that year, Richard Evans, a member of the Australian Parliament, proposed that the country eliminate all cats within 25 years.
Oh, boy.
Evans offered evidence that cats have killed off 9 native species of wildlife and proposed that a fatal virus to be released on feral cats. He also said that domestic cats should be neutered until they die out, and that in the interim, cat curfews and the registry should be put in place. Let's say, thank God that never happened.
Because Scott be the first one, because I'm
Minnie
a cat was on last week. Minnie, she was on last week, and she was showing her true colors. And
she is so being good.
What was going on? Scott be the first one to say something right now. He probably
pretty much. I am a cat lover, so there you go.
That's right. Construction worker Sidney De Queiroz was hospitalized in Sorocaba, Brazil in October when a baroom fight left a 5-inch long knife blade partway inside his brain after he was stabbed to the right eye. This is the right eye. The blade remained in his head for a week while doctors pondered how to get it out without causing more damage. Finally, in 9 hours of surgery on November 2nd, the knife was removed. So he had a week and 9 hours with that blade in his head.
At least a week and 9 hours. Ouch.
Man.
Can we say I would be scared to do that, to have that stuck in my head for that long.
Him numbing medicine to ease
I hope so. God, I hope so. Me too. Well, in Huntsville, Alabama, in November of that year, Justin Lee McKinney, age 24 at the time, whose truck ran a chain link fence, was impaled on a 3-inch wide, 20-foot long steel pipe, which went completely through his chest. Surgeons successfully removed it, but said Dr. Russ Jakes, if anyone at the accident site had pulled the pipe out, he would have died of blood loss.
That's right, because only professionals know how to get it out right.
Exactly, yeah.
If you're desperately trying to save the person at the scene of the accident, don't, because it's not worth it. Nope. Now we go to Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In November, a man collapsed and fell face first in his office while brushing his teeth. The bristles end of the toothbrush penetrated about an inch into his eye socket below the eyeball. But ophthalmologist Rob Mitchell said the man would suffer no permanent injury. Thank God.
Why are we getting all these impaling stories this week? What the heck?
And these are from the guys of 96, December 22nd. Yeah.
Yeah, you think that's bad? Here's another one. In July, in Denver, a machine that packs explosive devices into a car airbag detonators blew up in the face of Nicholas Virul, age 29 at the time, leaving one explosive lodged in his nose, sending him to the hospital. The device was removed by surgeons in lead-lined gowns and with Viril's head underwater because the explosive was activated by air.
So he's under the water and basically removing it.
From his nose.
His head would have blew off.
That would have been horrible.
Oh my God. Now here we go back to July, and 32-year-old Jesse James Taylor, no relation to the real James Taylor, drove himself to the Pikeville, Kentucky Methodist Hospital emergency room with a meat cleaver stuck in his head and part of a butcher knife in his back as the result of a fight with his girlfriend's 16-year-old son over rent money. Wow. Can you talk about Jerry Springer, right?
Yeah.
He was released the following day. A knife in the back, a meat cleaver
in the brain. Yikes.
Oh, my God. I'm surprised he didn't have like a hemorrhage or something, you know?
Yeah, you think that's bad? We got another one. Paul Stiller, no relation to Ben, was hospitalized in Andover Township, New Jersey in September, and his wife, Bonnie, was also injured by a quarter stick of dynamite that blew up in their car.
Oh,
While driving around at 2 a.m, the bored couple lit the dynamite and tried to toss it out the window to see what would happen. But they apparently failed to notice that the window was closed.
And at 2 o'clock, they must have been drunk too.
Yeah.
Notice the article said alcohol was not part of, but we know for a fact
It
that
probably was. Yeah.
yes, drunkenness leads to stupidity. Yes. Among the latest highway truck spills, a load of frozen French fries on I-70 in Columbia, Missouri.
Oh,
In
no.
July, a pickup truck full of ricotta cheese in Providence, Rhode Island in July. 21 tons of large plates of glass in Davenport, Iowa.
Oh.
30,000 cans of Milwaukee's best beer in Belpre, Ohio.
Oh, no.
12,000 roofing nails that punctured tires of about 50 cars in Baton Rouge.
Oh, man.
In September, 103,000 eggs on Highway 92 near Winterset, Iowa in July. Oh, talk about
That's a lot of damage.
wow.
Okay, here we got a crazy one. You ready? Jim Dog Williams Jr. was arrested in New Haven, Connecticut back in October that year and was charged with taking the life of a 19-year-old man in a brawl. The police were drawn to Williams when they found a set of gold-plated teeth that inscribed Jim Dog at the scene of the fight. That's a dumb criminal.
Yeah. And to assure that she would not be disqualified in last summer's Olympic Games, Brazil's female heavyweight judo champion, Ednancy Fernandez da Silva. Yeah. She's 19 years old, and she underwent surgery in May to remove partially formed testicles that were responsible for her abnormally high levels of testosterone. I'm a normal woman, said da Silva.
Oh, God. So, wait a minute. She took all that testosterone and, grew a pair? Yeah. Grew a pair?
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. This was a simple one. A company called Polo International from Switzerland announced in October it would introduce snow polo to the United States on October 28th in Aspen, Colorado. It's like regular polo played on a frozen lake on horses that have been outfitted with shoes with 2-inch spikes.
Why can't they just use might as just call it hockey, snow hockey,
Yeah, it's horse hockey. That's what it is.
Horse hockey. There it is, right? Well, here's perhaps America's most dysfunctional family, the Sextons of Ohio and Florida, made news of the weird in May of 94 when sex abuse charges were filed against Mama Stella in Canton, Ohio, alleging that she sexually assaulted one or more of her kids, either acting alone or with her husband, Eddie, who is now on death row in Florida.
Oh, dear.
20-year-old Jamie Sexton was charged in November of 96 with aggravated murder in Canton after allegedly setting a fire to kill a former friend.
Jesus Christ.
The month before, Jamie had testified against Estella, helping to convict her on those 13 sex abuse counts.
Good Lord.
He is still on death row, convicted of killing a son-in-law who knew that Eddie had smothered the man's baby for excessive crying.
Jesus.
However, the paternity of the deceased baby is in dispute in that one or more of the Sexton kids say that their sister's baby was actually fathered either by Eddie or by one of the kids.
Oh, no.
Jerry Springer and, of course...
Yeah. I'm
Who's the other one? Maury Povich. I mean, really.
Yeah. Maury would have had a field day with you're the father, and you're the father, and you're the father, and you're the father.
And what the hell is going on, man?
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
And here's the final one. Here we go.
Okay. Benjamin Arlie Ortega suffocated in October in Napa, California, when his head got stuck between a wall and the ceiling of a storage shed he was burglarizing. And Raphael Mektunen, who drowned near Cleveland, Tennessee in April as he was making a getaway on a jet ski he had stolen. You think that's bad? Rex C. Stark, age 36 at the time, drowned in a pond near Newcastle, Kentucky in November where he had sought refuge from a state trooper who had chased him after a car accident. Yep.
Well, it's interesting to know that the man of the hour who wrote all of these actually has the latest paperback book back in 1996 called The Concrete Enema and Other News of the Weird Classics.
Nice. I wonder if you can still buy it.
Well, in order to direct it, I don't know if the number is still active, but it mentioned this newspaper. The price is $6.95 plus $2 shipping. So for $8.95, you basically get that,
I wonder if the book would have gone in price by now, but we'll see.
I don't know. But in the meantime, here with about, let's see, we're at the 40-minute mark. So let's go to our next thing, which will be, of course, the 25 unfortunate but very funny sign fails. Now, we've had this before.
Yep.
And I found some new ones. These are 25 different ones. Cool. And so get the sound effects ready to go here. Mm-hmm. Okay. And let's take a look at the very first one of them all here. Oh,
no. MILF word storage, but you get the idea.
MILF, yeah. That's what
we know where to store grandma now.
That's right. Well, that was not even the first one, but this is what we're looking at here. Yeah. From burned out letters on neon signs to people strategically modifying words, here are some unfortunate but very funny sign fails. And the first one up is RX cocktails, cock.
Oh, there we go. I don't know. That's the gay bar.
It's not cocktails, it's just cock,
Cock.
All right.
That's in Salt Lake City.
Yep.
Here's the Burger Factory.
Well, now you know where to go to take a mini,
Right, exactly, yeah.
Forget about the Burlington Factory. It's the cat factory.
I know it used to be the coat factory, and I miss those stores sometimes.
It's not just, we just don't sell coats anymore. Now it's all stuff.
Jackets, of course.
Yeah, exactly. You ever wonder where cats come from? Apparently they're made in a Burlington cat factory.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Sucks coffee.
Sucks coffee. If you hate Starbucks coffee, then this sucks coffee sign fail will probably make you smile.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
If you are that kind of person who can't stand Starbucks, there you go. There's your sucks coffee. I'm Hurt Emergency Room. Oh God, with the letters E and S in their sign, the Elmhurst Emergency and Trauma Center hilarious became I'm hurt.
Yeah. That's actually pretty funny. I like that one.
Oh my God!
You can sell the slide, so there you go.
What are the chances of those letters being burnt out at that particular moment? Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's Black Angus. Oh God.
Black Angus, but I think they took this off. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's what you find. Isn't that what you find at the gay bars in Harlem?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm sorry.
What steakhouse are we going to tonight, honey? Oh, the Black Anus. Yep, and here we go.
Crab dicks.
Crab dicks. Oh, Jesus.
It's supposed to be crabby dicks, but you get the idea.
So crabby dicks. But of course, the end result is a new restaurant called Crab Dicks. And you guess what is featured on the menu? The featured menu item is
Rocky Mud and oysters.
Probably. Yeah, imitation crab. I could just see.
There you go.
Here we go. Here's a butt rental.
Oh no, it's originally called buttery, but you get the
buttery rental after the R and the E and the Y burns out. It's called butt rental.
Buttery.
Butt doctor to the rescue,
Butt doctors.
There we go. Number 8 is child liquors. Oh God.
Rothschild liquors.
Rothschild liquors is child liquors.
I like this one. As outrageous as a child liquor store might sound, the legal drinking age is 15 or 16 and over in countries like Central African Republic, Palestinian Authority, and Germany.
Yeah, that's heavy stuff there. Number 9, hell.
Yes, here you go.
Yeah. In case you're wondering what hell on earth looks like, look no further than the Shell gas station. The good news is nobody is there. Maybe everyone is in heaven.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, if that's what hell looks like, man, that's pretty good. Once you, of course, light it, then it's hell. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Oh,
Hot
no.
yogurt. Oh, God.
There's usually Babcock frozen yogurt. So, yeah.
Anyone for cock yogurt?
Smoke weed
You
every
can find it
day.
you can find that at Bar X.
True. With a cock yogurt and a cocktail at the same time. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, number 11. The whole carnival. Shoot carnival. Whole carnival.
Yeah. Ho, ho, ho. This
Oh,
is what
yeah.
Santa goes.
The lawn and garden center, where you can get hose from Ames and all other great lawn and garden stuff.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Whole carnival. Number 12. Land Ho.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of Maryland Hotel, it's Land Ho.
Especially if it's a floating boat hotel.
True, yeah, exactly. I didn't know that. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, number 13. Tits.
Oh,
Store. What are the odds that every letter in this sign burn out except tits? Who knows? Maybe at night the Salvation Army thrift store transforms into a strip club.
oh,
Oh boy.
oh my gosh.
Number 14 is the hot ass.
Yeah, it could have been the hotel cast, but you get the idea.
Yeah, man, let's go to the hot ass,
Yeah, that's in the red light district.
The hot ass with the black anus,
There you go. And the cock yogurt.
That's it. It all makes sense. It's all got a theme.
Exactly.
Number 15, the Jew Factory. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's supposed to be jewelry, but you get the idea.
Yeah, in the meantime, it would be interesting to see if anyone came into the store looking for something besides jewelry. Yeah.
I'll take a Hasidic Jew and a rabbi, please.
Can I have some challah bread with that on Yom Kippur? Thank you very much. Oh, it is Hanukkah coming up soon anyway.
It is very soon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. When is the exact date?
I haven't looked it up since I don't, so let me go. I'm going to do a little quick look up for that while you do that, okay?
All right. Well, the next one up on the list here, number 16, is the baby hanging station. A prankster removed the CM, this McDonald's, changing the station, making it the baby hanging. Oh, no.
Okay.
Instead of the baby station.
Yeah. Okay, here's my listing here. I found out that, believe it or not, Hanukkah this year starts on the evening of Christmas night.
Christmas night?
Starts on the 25th and goes till the 2nd of January.
Wow.
Yeah, so actually, for the first time in a long time ever, Jewish people and Christian people will celebrate the same day.
Double the presents plus 8 days.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. And if you have a birthday in that week as well, too, that's triple the presents.
Yeah, true.
There you go. All right, so we've got another one here. Ears. Oh, it's
an old Sears store. There you go. An old Sears store.
It's the same spot as the old Sears store. It's called Ears.
Yeah. Sad thing is, the Sears stores have almost all but died out, which is sad though. But
I used to love Sears.
I used to go to that Sears stores all the time.
Yeah, because they had the sizes.
Exactly.
And then they were just running out of stuff and then to wait for your favorite thing to go on clearance. I couldn't wait no longer.
Right, exactly.
Pretty bad. All right, next up, number 18, Lick Willies.
I think it was supposed to be Slick Willies, but you get the idea.
With those two characters, it's now Lick Willies. Yeah. And the apostrophe even burned out too. Oh, that's when you need to call the sign people and say, get over here quickly.
Yes, exactly.
What does your sign say? It says Lick Willies.
There you go.
Oh, here's the MILF.
There's that Milford self-storage that we saw earlier. Yep.
Yep. It's where MILFs go to store themselves. Oh my God.
Again, send grandma when we don't need her.
Yep. Now, sometimes people have shorter nicknames for their stores. For example, instead of Kentucky Fried Chicken, people say KFC. Burger King is BK. But does anyone ever call the Home Depot just the Ho? Oh, no.
I haven't seen that way, no.
Oh, my God.
As a worker of a Home Depot, I'm thinking, I wish they would call it just the Ho, but they don't.
Did you ever have a situation where this has happened?
Not yet. No, actually,
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
The ho. There you go. And no
Mhm.
E, just the H-O. Ho ho.
Yeah.
Right. And that's in Nevada. Oh boy.
It makes sense considering Nevada has legal prostitution. So yeah.
That's true. Very much so. Quit stealing our letters. Well, guess this hotel has a letter to that problem. They didn't even have enough letters to properly ask for help. Oh God.
Oh no. That's funny.
Yeah, they used a 5 for an S and a 3 for an E and a
And
6
that's for a G.
and they
The
missing
dollar
the
sign.
U. Yeah, but they're missing a U.
And you notice that the I in quit is an exclamation mark.
Yeah, that's true too. And they used it also in stealing too. And yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
but they couldn't even spell our.
Yeah, they didn't have a U. They ran out of U's. That's how bad it was.
All right, number 22. Hooters has to go. The sports restaurant chain. Yeah. Although I had several friends who dated Hooters staff, this unfortunate sign fail implies that anyone can take these ladies to go.
Oh no.
Hoes to go.
And of course, I love the sign underneath $5 margaritas all day long.
I don't think I can't remember the last time I ate at a Hooters.
It's been a long time though,
It's
but
been
I
a
know they
very
still exist though.
I
They
think they're
still
all
exist.
closed.
Yeah, no, I think they still exist though. You just don't see them as often though.
No, not as much as he did like about 20 years ago.
Yeah, of course there is the alternative that's also starting to come up now, the Twin Peaks.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that was number 22. Here's number 23. Are feet shoes? Well, here's a very deep question to ponder. Are feet shoes?
Oh, I get it. Supposed to be bare feet, but you get the
Bare
idea.
feet shoes, and it's are feet shoes? Well, I guess if you look at your foot long enough, you might see a shoe.
Do you remember the episode of Married with Children where Al Bundy has this dream about his perfect shoe, which actually looks like an actual foot?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen a lot of Married with Children, and yeah, he's had some pretty weird dreams over the course of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Seasons. Yep.
He called them God's shoes. I remember that.
Yep. Number 24. Oh no!
Oh no! No H, no T.
Yep. Remember if you really
oh, you really like to take your time on the toilet there? Why not?
That's it, right? Yeah. And finally, LSD. This Hillsdale sign burning out just to the letters LSD is funny enough, but when you pair LSD with their community tagline, the beginning of something wonderful, transforms the funny sign fail into an advertisement for drugs.
Oh no! Let's look at that. It's beautiful. Oh my God!
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. And damn right. Oh my God. And there you have it. Oh,
there you go. Those so funny classics.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, and that's what we have there. There's a whole bunch of them out there. Just got to go out there and search for them.
Right.
And like I said, I've seen some pretty interesting ones in my time driving at night when I was working for Universal, going out at 2:00 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It was one called it was supposed to be the Computer Warehouse. It was called the Cum House.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was sad. Well, I tell you, what a way to go for the last show there, Scott. You know, of the 24, and New Year's will be just around the corner in about 10 days.
Getting close, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, that's be correct though. So I really don't have many plans for New Year's Eve either, though, for the most part, though, because unfortunately, the way things go, I actually have to work New Year's Day, though, but I don't have to work until we open up around 9:00 our time. So there you go.
There you go. Wow. Oh, you're off Christmas. You guys are closed Christmas Day, right?
Yeah, Christmas Day I'm off, but here's ironically, I work Christmas Eve and the day after Christmas. So there you go.
Well, that's usually how holiday pay works, anyways. For that,
that's true, though.
That's true. You have to work the day before and the day after the holiday in order in some businesses to get that holiday pay. And it's really, it was the same way I had for Universal for that matter.
Oh yeah, exactly. Here,
those definitely. Well, that's going to take us to the end of the show. Scott, thanks again for being a great co-host these 4 months of the season 2 so far. We're cruising along, and we're going to really get some great material is going to surface itself over the Christmas holidays. So News of the Weird is going to be really interesting.
That's true, though. Yeah.
And you'll probably find some New Year's articles where some dude drinking right on the last day of the year and probably falling into a toilet bowl or something, or
who knows? We'll see what happens. Though, remember, when the New Year's comes around, we might see a lot of weird stuff. How about that?
And exactly, for that matter. Well, I tell you, it's been a good run here on StreamYard too. And when we come back, we'll be on EV Mux.
All right, and before I forget, I'm going to share one last little joke before we say this here. Here's a beautiful little pun for the holidays. If you're ready, here we go. Gloria in Excel sheets Deo. I knew you'd like that one. There you go.
There you go. On a Taco Bell to end it. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here tonight on Saturdays. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep. And we say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, anything you celebrate. We
Happy Boxing Day to our Canadian friends, Mark and Andrew, of course. Yep.
And a glorious Yule to the Druids.
All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye for now.
Goodbye.